Voters in 4 states and Washington, D.C. heading to the polls today. California, Oklahoma, Alabama, Georgia are holding primary elections and runoffs. Republicans in Georgia will decide nominees for governor and a Senate seat. And that's where we find, that is to say, Georgia. CBS News correspondent Skyler Henry in Atlanta. Skyler, take it away.
Major, lots to take away here and a lot to peel back, if you will, to use the metaphor here in Georgia, a Vidalia onion filled with layers in terms of storylines, so to speak. Let's start with the Senate race. What we have here is the newly minted, so to speak, endorsed candidate, Congressman Mike Collins, who has for a long time run in lockstep with the president, certainly gained some notoriety passing that Lake and Riley Act a couple of years ago, and someone who for a long time has run on an incredibly conservative record. Many wondered whether the president would weigh into this race at all, especially considering the fact that he had remained relatively quiet up until his birthday, literally 1 o'clock in the morning, putting out this endorsement for Collins, calling him both a winner and warrior. And he also took a jab at Collins' competition, and that is the former Tennessee University football coach Derek Dooley, saying that Dooley didn't participate in the 2016 election, the 2020 election for that matter. And, you know, the president is someone who values loyalty, and so I think it'll be interesting to see how much juice, so to speak, the president's endorsement will have, especially considering that early voting had already wrapped by the time he put out his endorsement, and whether that will have any sort of trickle effect to voters here on Election Day, which we should point out is a relatively soggy one that could impact turnout to a certain extent. As for the gubernatorial race, interesting there. We have the Lieutenant Governor, Burt Jones, who has had the endorsement from President Trump for quite some time. He actually recently got the endorsement from the current Republican governor, Brian Kemp, as well. And this is a race, I think, that could very well do that thing that we've seen in this primary cycle in terms of the outsider versus the long-established politician, so to speak. With Jones, he is someone who has aligned himself with President Trump on a range of issues. Meanwhile, the billionaire Rick Jackson is who he is going up against. Jackson earning the endorsement of Texas Senator Ted Cruz, who was here in the Atlanta area yesterday, stumping alongside him, as well as Florida Senator Rick Scott as well, all of whom throwing their support behind him. Should be interesting. He's backed up the Brinks truck, so to speak, more than $100 million of his own money in terms of campaigning. So we'll see what happens when polls close here tonight.
Brinks trucks and Vidalia onions. Only Skyler Henry can put them all together in the same live shot. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much.